Doctors once advised that I should have slowed down many years ago. Nevertheless, at 92 years of age, I continue to drive and have not experienced illness in the past 3 decades, and not even so much as a cold. This is not merely down to fortune. It is the result of practices that have fundamentally transformed my health. Some are so straightforward that one might doubt their efficacy, yet they are extraordinarily effective. Permit me to share these habits and why you may wish to begin them today. Each morning, before my feet touch the floor, I undertake a simple movement. This is neither exercise nor stretching. Rather, it is what I term a signal to my body. A message that we shall move, breathe, and live this day. I have practiced this since I was 62. A physician once remarked that the body ages most swiftly in the first half hour upon waking. The blood is thicker, joints are stiff, and the nervous system is still groggy with sleep. Yet most people leap from bed, seize their phones, and plunge headlong into daily stress. I do quite the contrary, and I remain on my back, take 3 deep breaths, stretch my fingers, wiggle my toes, and slowly rotate my ankles and wrists. This simple 90-second ritual awakens each joint, tendon, and muscle, ensuring they are prepared for the day. While such a practice may appear trivial, it increases blood flow to the limbs, delivers oxygen to the brain, and fosters mindfulness of movement. This greatly diminishes the likelihood of falls, soothes the nervous system, and enhances circulation. National Institute on Aging research corroborates these effects, finding that older adults engaging in gentle morning movements report greater energy, mental clarity, and balance throughout the day. By contrast, my mornings at age 60 were uncomfortable. I awoke stiff, stumbled to the bathroom, and once even tripped over my slippers owing to unawakened feet. I realized that if I failed to signal to my body, it would continue to hit snooze. Now, I never forgo this ritual. I attend to it before coffee or the news, and if forgotten, my body soon reminds me. The potency lies not in the stretch, but in the habit itself. Its consistency, not its intensity, affects meaningful change. The Mayo Clinic has demonstrated in research that consistent, low-intensity mobility practice each morning can reduce inflammation, support joint health, and regulate blood pressure in older adults. Not merely promising words, but established science. Crucially, one requires neither yoga nor specialized equipment. Simply 90 seconds and an intentional message to the body suffice. Consider, when was the last time you properly welcomed the day for your body? Aging occurs not all at once, but in discrete early moments such as this, precisely when progress can begin anew. Following movement, I consume a drink that has preserved my health for over 30 years. It is neither a supplement, a pill, nor an expensive so-called superfood. It is nothing more than a warm glass of water with lemon, turmeric, and a pinch of black pepper. Its apparent simplicity belies its extraordinary effect. It is the first substance to enter my body each day, priming my immune system, reducing inflammation, and stimulating digestion before breakfast. Permit me to elaborate. Fresh lemon offers vitamin C, a powerful antioxidant, supporting the production of white blood cells, which serve as the immune system's primary defense. The Linus Pauling Institute at Oregon State University reports that vitamin C does not solely prevent illness, but also shortens its duration, particularly in older adults. Furthermore, lemon prompts the liver to generate bile, which facilitates digestion and staves off toxin accumulation, especially valuable as digestion often slows with age due to declining stomach acid, a condition that lemon can ameliorate. Next is turmeric, renowned as nature's most potent anti-inflammatory. Its active compound, curcumin, is proven in numerous peer-reviewed studies to reduce inflammation, which otherwise increases with age and contributes to chronic conditions, joint pain, and even cognitive decline. Research in Frontiers in Pharmacology indicated that curcumin supplementation enhanced immune function and lessened oxidative stress in older adults. However, black pepper is crucial. It contains piperine, which increases curcumin's absorption by up to 2,000%. Without it, turmeric scarcely enters the bloodstream. Together, these ingredients form my golden glass. Preparation simply involves heating a cup of water, not boiling, squeezing in half a lemon, adding a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric and a pinch of black pepper, stirring and sipping. I have followed this practice nearly every morning for 3 decades, not due to online trends, but because of discernible personal benefits. Previously, I suffered from frequent sinus infections, joint aches, and post-breakfast sluggishness. Within a fortnight of starting this regimen, my digestion improved, bloating subsided, and joint discomfort lessened. After a few months, I noted I had remained healthy all year, an experience that has remained consistent since. While I am still exposed to viruses, my body no longer presents itself as an easy target. It is alert and prepared. The golden glass, like my movement ritual, signals my body that we are proactive in pursuing health. What is most necessary are small, consistent habits, not elaborate or costly interventions. Thus, before breakfast each morning, I urge you to choose health with intention and consistency. I do not walk solely for exercise, but for healing. Each day, regardless of weather, I make time for a 15-minute anti-inflammatory walk, free from distractions such as headphones or mobile devices, concentrating purely on movement and respiration. Many undervalue walking, treating it as a fallback when unable to run. Yet, at the age of 92, I regard it as fundamental. In my 60s, I jogged, convinced that hard exertion was the key to youth. A study, however, revealed that walking alone significantly reduces systemic inflammation, regulates blood sugar, enhances memory, and cuts mortality risk by 39%. This led me to adopt a steady, rhythmic approach. Walking not only advances the body, but restores alignment throughout the joints and systems and imparts clarity to the mind. I am committed to daily walking, not out of discipline alone, but because I observe the ill effects of neglecting it: stiffness, mental fog, slower digestion. Walking, conversely, enhances flexibility, posture, mood, and imparts a rejuvenating effect. Scientific studies in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that 20 minutes of walking reduced inflammation markers in older adults, while Stanford researchers established that walking fosters creativity and mental clarity more than seated activities. An experience 25 years ago solidified my commitment. After missing my walk, I felt undeniably aged, as if my body were no longer my own. Since that day, I treat walking as medicine. Don shoes with proper support, commence slowly with focused breathing. 4 seconds inhaling, 6 seconds exhaling. Swing my arms to protect posture, and most unusually, smile as I walk. Smiling, even without initial happiness, cultivates happiness by activating the vagus nerve, regulating inflammation, heart rate, and digestion. Research in psychosomatic medicine confirmed that smiling during movement amplifies the anti-stress effects of exercise. In sum, 15 daily minutes of mindful walking have bestowed me with decades of resilience. There is no need for specialized equipment, perfect conditions, or pre-existing energy. Walking itself imparts energy. If you feel stagnant or unfocused, simply take that first step and invite your body to renew itself. Movement is life. There is one nutrient I never omit: protein. It is neither a vitamin nor a peculiar supplement, but the foundation for sustained health. At 60, my perception of a healthy diet, fruit, vegetables, whole grains, and an occasional multivitamin proved insufficient, as I experienced declining strength, reduced morning energy, and memory lapses. My physician explained that the body's ability to absorb and utilize protein diminishes with age. Therefore, greater protein intake is necessary for muscle preservation, memory, immunity, and healing. Consequently, I reformed my breakfast into what I call the brain and body breakfast. 1 boiled egg, a cup of Greek yogurt, a handful of walnuts, and several blueberries, collectively exceeding 25 grams of high-quality protein, alongside anti-inflammatory agents, healthy fats, and cognitive-enhancing antioxidants. Protein significance lies beyond muscle maintenance. It is vital for immune cell production, amino acids, tissue repair, and enzymes, and neurotransmitter synthesis. Research in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition reveals that older adults consuming 25-30 grams of protein per meal experience stronger muscles, fewer hospitalizations, and even increased longevity. Additional studies from Tufts University indicate improved immune responses with increased protein intake. Not all proteins are equivalent, hence I focus on complete proteins containing all essential amino acids, namely eggs and Greek yogurt. Walnuts, while not complete, provide valuable omega-3s and anti-inflammatory compounds. Blueberries contribute antioxidants. This breakfast regimen not only satisfies, but fortifies me. Unexpectedly, it has also stabilized my blood sugar, eliminating mid-morning energy crashes. On occasion, I vary the meal: cottage cheese with flax seeds, grilled chicken on sprouted toast, or lentil scramble. Nevertheless, the core principle persists: never forgo protein at breakfast. This meal sets the precedent for the day's performance, serving as a lifeline rather than a luxury, one that may be embraced at any age regardless of prior habits, as the body responds to current nourishment rather than years. Lastly, it must be acknowledged that the mind becomes unwell before the body. To maintain true youthfulness, one must commence with the mind. Every morning, before making contact with others or consuming any media, I practice mental tuning. This is distinct from meditation or therapy. I simply sit quietly for 3 minutes and visualize the day I desire: calm, strength, steadiness, and usefulness. I imagine myself navigating the day in such a state, confident whilst driving, clear in discussion, composed in adversity. While this may appear modest, it is tremendously powerful. The mind cannot distinguish between vivid imagination and reality. A fact confirmed not by aphorism, but by neuroscience. Dr. Joe Dispenza and Harvard researchers demonstrated, via fMRI scans, that mental rehearsal activates the same brain regions as actual activity. Over time, this fundamentally retrains the nervous system. This matters greatly because chronic stress, rather than germs or genetics, is the principal destroyer of the immune system. Elevated cortisol impairs cognition, reduces immunity, and erodes muscle. For older persons, stress manifests as confusion, fatigue, and enigmatic illnesses. By dedicating 3 minutes each morning to intentional mental rehearsal, everything alters. Some years ago, a peer of equal age and similar medical background, but perpetually anxious about news and finances, suffered a sudden heart issue. Though he survived, recovery was elusive. When he inquired as to why I remained unflappable, I replied that worry is a thief and that I intentionally secure myself against it each morning. Setting mental intention fosters resilience so that when the mind is still, the body follows suit. Blood pressure declines and immune function increases, memory sharpens, and digestion improves. A 2016 study from the University of Wisconsin-Madison found that 5 minutes of daily mental rehearsal markedly reduced anxiety, enhanced focus, and strengthened immune responses in adults over 65 with lasting effects. Though I walk, consume protein, and partake my morning tonic, these alone would not suffice without cultivating the mind, since thoughts govern hormones, and hormones dictate health. One need not pursue spiritual mastery or elaborate routines. Simply sit and envision vitality, joy, competence. Perhaps imagine driving at 92, content despite traffic and seldom unwell. With persistence, such visualizations materialize into reality. In conclusion, sustained well-being is not the result of luck, genetics, or obscure secrets, but rather of 5 simple, consistent choices. Inculcated daily, these modest routines have rejuvenated my body, perhaps even preserved my life. It is never too late to begin. Morning movement, the golden glass, healing walks, the nourishing breakfast, and the strengthening of mind. Though modest, these habits are potent. Health rarely disappears suddenly. It wanes through neglected routines, yet it may be restored discreetly through steadfast, positive choices. If you wonder whether it is too late, remember, you are here, you are capable, and the process has already commenced. Notably, there remains one final practice I have yet to share, an evening ritual that follows all others, promoting bodily repair during sleep, and, according to science, may even be key to reversing the aging process. This, however, is a subject for another time.